the ratings came out, and while they're fair in some ways, I think some of the players were given the short end of the stick. I think 2K adjusted some of the players' ratings down so that the Sixers overall wasn't one of the top teams. And it's kind of crazy that the Sixers are only the ninth highest rating team in the game. Yo, what's up, Sixers fans? Thanks for tuning in. Before I get started on the video, I wanted to thank everyone who's tuned in so far. I posted my first Sixers video about a month ago, and we've already gotten over 10,000 views and over 85 subscribers in the last 28 days. The comment sections have been very active. I try to get back to all comments that aren't troll comments. We've had a couple Knicks fans in the comment section trying to say that Paul George isn't going to do anything, or that the Sixers still suck, but it's weird that they're going around YouTube looking for Sixers videos when they have their own team to worry about. Please continue to share and subscribe and help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by December. We are about at 836 right now, so we're getting really close. I hope those comment sections stay active, and yeah, I'm really excited for the next year of Sixers basketball. We have a good team, and it's not like it's going to be good for just one season. We have a lot of players under contract for a couple years, so I think we're going to have 2 to 3 legitimate runs with Paul George, Embiid, and Maxey together, with Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre, unless we trade any of those guys for a upgrade. I think we're going to be set with our stars and some solid role players for the next couple years. Enough of that. We're going to talk about the Sixers specifically and their ratings. So, Embiid got the highest rating on the team, obviously. He got a 96 overall rating, which I think is fair in a way, but it's weird that there are other players that have a 97 rating that didn't play better than Embiid last year. I feel like Embiid should have been tied for the highest rating in the game, or they should have given the MVP the highest rating in the game and then put everybody else at 96. But somehow I believe Giannis, Luka, and Jokic are all 97s, and then Embiid is a 96. When other players, Giannis was hurt too. How is it that Embiid is the first one where they draw the line and they go, okay, he's a 96 when he's an offensive and defensive menace, and then all these other guys are 97s? And then let's go down to Paul George, who they brought down a rating. He is a 89 overall in the game. In the last game, he was up to a 90. So they feel like he's going to take a step back when he just had a really good year and played 72 plus games and played in the playoff games. They have him a few back of Kawhi, which Kawhi was their number one player, but Kawhi had injury problems, but still gets a higher rating. Maxey is our next rating. He has an 89 overall. He is +4 of what he started last year, which is fair. He was at 85 going into last season. He ended the season at 89. He starts this season at 89. I thought he could have pushed for 90 with how he played in the playoffs. The spectacular performances against the Knicks, specifically the game where he knocked down like 2 deep threes. One was an and one, and then the other one was like damn near half court, and he knocked it down. And his rating is only an 89. I feel like he played right up there with Brunson, who is a 93. It would have made sense to make Maxey a 90 in my opinion, but 89 is fine, I guess. He'll probably push it up as the season goes. And then we have the next player on our team, Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is a 79 overall. 79, I feel like, is fair for Kelly Oubre, but it's weird considering that Kelly Oubre at one point last year was at 82 overall. So what did he do after playing I felt, a good series against the Knicks in the playoffs, averaging over, I think, 3 steals and blocks combined per game, playing really good on defense? He made 39% of his three-pointers in the playoffs, which I feel like would have elevated his rating if anything, but somehow he went down 3 ratings and is now 79 to start this 2K. It's weird. I feel like they knocked down a bunch of the Sixers players so that we weren't in a high tier, or that we weren't comparable to the Knicks, Thunder, Celtics. So The next player on the team after Oubre is Drummond, who went down a rating. So at his peak last year, he was a 79. They knocked him down to a 78. Maybe they're saying with age or because he's going to have a backup role, they're going to knock him down a rating. But Andre Drummond is the best rebounder in the game and has been for probably the last 10 years. So for him to go down in overall is kind of weird because I doubt he has a drop off really in any performance. He'll just have a drop off in the minutes played. Kyle Lowry was a 78 at one point last year. He's our next rating now at 76. He's dropped 2 ratings. I guess you can say that's fair with him turning 40 or being really close to 40, that he's going to have a little bit lesser of a role. So a 76 is fine. But the next rating is Caleb Martin, who also is a 76, which I think is weird. I think he should also be up there with Kelly Oubre and be about a 79, maybe an 80. But 79 or 78 would have been fair, and they have him down at 76, which is 3 down than what he was last year. He was a 79 rating last year, and now somehow he's a 76. Did he have some sort of like really bad season? He might have played maybe a little bit worse than the year before, but a 76, dropping him down 3 overalls is just weird. Again, like I feel like the creator of the game or the 2K gods or Ronnie 2K must have beef with the Sixers to knock Caleb Martin down 3 ratings. And then Eric Gordon is a 76, which I thought he might be a 75, but apparently he was a 77 at one point last year, and for this 2K, they knocked him down to a 76. The next person, KJ Martin, has a 74 rating. He had a 78 rating last year going into the game. So I know he had a bigger role when he was on the Rockets, and even maybe a little bit at some point when he got traded to the Clippers, they kept him at a 78. But now he dropped down 4 ratings and he's a 74. I don't think he showed too much last year. He didn't really get an opportunity. So I can see why they would knock him down a couple ratings. But it's weird that they knocked him down from a 78 to 74 when he's probably only going to get better. He's still a young player. So I guess he just has to show that he still has those skills again, and maybe they'll bump him back up. And then Yabusele is also a 74. So apparently he's up 5 ratings. He was a free agent last year, and I guess in free agency he was a 69 rating. But probably after his performance in the Olympics, 2K was like, let's move him up a bit. He's better than we remember him being. And so he got moved up 5 ratings. He's a 74 with KJ Martin. And then also a 74 is Reggie Jackson. So he was a 76 at one point last year. He's down to a 74. I guess that's fair. He probably didn't do as much last year being with Denver and then did he get bought out? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I mean, I guess a 74 is fair for someone who probably didn't play as much, had a smaller role than his time with the Clippers. So I'm not too upset at that. Maybe it'll go up as the season goes on if he has a bigger role than expected. Ricky Council moved down to, which is weird. I thought he showed a lot last year in the limited minutes. I was surprised that at one point he was a 75 last year. So now he's a 73. I think at the beginning of the last 2K, he probably was like a 69 or a 70. So he's actually up from the last 2K. But from the highest point he reached last year in 2K, he's now down to, which is weird as a developing player who showed a lot in the summer league that they would knock him down to ratings. A weird one is Doughton having a 70 with McCain, but it was funny because Doughton actually got up to a 71 last year. So again, another player who kind of improved over the summer and showed a lot in the summer league, getting moved down a rating is kind of weird. Jared McCain being a 70, it's kind of in line with the other rookies in the game. I'm not too worried about that. Bona being a 69 because of where he was drafted. He's right there with other guys who was drafted in that range. I think it's weird though. Like most of our players got moved down a rating. Even Embiid reached 97 at one point last year. He's down to a 96. So I feel like if they use some of their true ratings or the ratings that they were at their peaks last year, this team would probably be pushing the Thunder and the Celtics at being a 85 overall and 84 overall. So they knocked down a bunch of our ratings and put us right in the mix. We are the 9th highest rating in the game with an 82 team rating. I don't know. I feel like they compressed everybody and tried to make our ratings not stand out too much. Maybe you guys who play 2K know more than I do, but I just wanted to really go through and look and see what your thoughts are on these ratings. Do they seem a little off to you? Does it seem like the Sixers got gypped at all? Please let me know in the comments what your feelings are on the overall ratings in the game. If you've stuck around this far, I appreciate you giving me some time today and help us get to 1,000 subscribers because that would be really big. So like, comment, subscribe, you know.